quick tip for especially some of you Ford guys. If you have the extremely whiny power steering pump, like every single Ford ever, this stuff, it works. It's probably the only power steering fluid or ATF stuff that actually works. If it doesn't work, then your pump's probably shot, but this stuff does drastically help quieten down the pump. Best thing to do is get like a gravy strainer, suck out as much as you can, and put as much of this as you can inside. You can mix it with, I guess, some other power steering fluid too. Again, that's up to you. But yeah, this stuff will help shut it up. Now, with how Ford power steering pumps usually are, they're pretty much fragile like glass. If you look in there, it's hard to see, but that fluid is brown as hell. And the fluid I put in last year was clear. Yeah. I flushed it 3 times, I think, last year, and it's still that color. Pumps are notorious for issues. This stuff does help, really does help quieten them down. They won't ever be perfect. Even new pumps whine like crazy. But this does help somewhat. Again, depending on the condition, this pump is pretty much just junk, but it does work on this pump also, because I've run it before. I just flushed the system 4 times to change it last year, and it's whining like crazy again. So I'm gonna put that in, I guarantee it's gonna go away, or mostly go away. Again, it's not gonna fully go away because that pump is shot. Also, that alternator sounds like hell because the bearings are completely trashed in it too. So it still sounds like it's got a Vortec V1 supercharger on it, while not having a supercharger because this pump is junk and the alternator's junk, but it's better than nothing. Oh, look at the color of that. That was clear fluid last year. Just a gravy strainer with a rubber hose, gas line, whatever that, or whatever you can get basically. I think that's a coolant overflow hose. But like there's like a area in here, can't find it this second, but you can like get it right down to the bottom, down in there, and get like everything out of the pump. Again, your lines are still full, but as long as you get the majority out, that's really all that matters. Might be a little hard for you to see, don't know. But you can see I got most of the stuff out of the pump. It's actually pretty clean inside, despite the color of the fluid. You can kind of see a little bit still down there. These pumps are really shit. Honestly, they're junk. I got it out as much as I could. I'm gonna put a little bit of fresh power steering fluid in just to try and get whatever else I can out of it, just to try and flush it out. And then I'll put the Lucas in it, and it'll be, or should be, quite a lot better stuff. It's worth a shot versus replacing your pump, because they can be quite difficult to get off of here. Like, without a puller, you can't get this off to change the pump, so it can be a bit of a nightmare. There we go, we got the fresh fluid in. This stuff's kind of yellow. Kind of looks like motor oil. Not as thick though. Hopefully this helps out some people. And this should help quieten up your power steering. Because I've used this stuff also on Acura MDX. It had a whining power steering pump that was also kind of intermittent on how it worked. And it really helped that vehicle a lot too. Because, yeah, it's worked for me really well. Again, the only reason why I flushed my fluid before was because I put a brand new steering rack in. And I didn't have any more of that fluid, or any more of the Lucas power steering fluid left. So I just ran what I could get at the parts store, and yeah, now I found it again. Now it's going back in. So hopefully help some of you guys out with that.